Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Stephanie. This is the week 51. The year's almost over. December the 13th through the 19th weekly wrap up. Wow. So this morning was pretty crazy. My body was like, get up, get up, get up, get up. Well, my brain was like, get up. And my body was like, no, you're going to stay in bed once again. So I'm running a little late for this video to be recorded. And then, I have to do all my stuff. Luckily today, the husband and I made a deal that he would take our son to his last day of his championship swim meet for the year. And stuff, because I took him yesterday, and being that we're in COVID times and stuff like that, swim meets aren't as, I guess you could say, exciting for the parents, because we have to sit in our cars or drop our kids off, and then we can watch and, be virtually, tied into our kids during the meet. They have a channel and stuff like that on YouTube, and we can watch them swim live, but we're not able to actually be in the pool or in the pool area with them. So that's real interesting. So yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. I got my nails done. As you guys may have seen if you've looked at my Instagram, I went with a Christmas tree themed red and green, and I kind of love them. I'm letting them grow longer. I just noticed that one of my little, my finger, the back edge right there underneath there is a little tender. That's weird. But whatever. And I'm letting them grow a little longer, but I love them. I think they are so cool. I like the color change on them and everything like that. So that is pretty much all that went on last week. The U.S. Postal Service sucks majorly, ruining all sorts of Christmas joy. I guess that's just another thing that 2020 can claim, that that screwed up everything. So that's lovely. And yeah, I think that's all I have for lifestyle. So let's just jump into what I read last week. I started the week off reading The Romantic Pact, which is Kings of Football #2, written by Meghan Quinn. This is a contemporary / probably rom-com-ish book. I give it 4.5 stars. I give it 4 Steam fans. I read this as an ARC. It came out last week, and it has content warnings for grief and road trips and things like that. So I think for this story, you need to have read The Mother Road by Meghan Quinn as well, so that you can get all of the emotions and understand the grief that's going on between our character Crew and Hazel. They are childhood friends that Hazel grew up on Crew's grandfather's farm, and every summer they would be friends or what have you, because Crew lives in California. And then fast forward, Crew is a football player. He ends up taking a break. I think it was winter break. I believe it's winter break that he is on, and he's dealing with having a bad season. His prospect of being pulled and drafted into the NFL is up on the, is up in the air because he had a bad season. And he ends up reconnecting with Hazel, and they had a thing, and then they didn't have a thing, because they were more I don't want to say sister and brother, because that would just make it weird. But they were really like a summertime thing. And then there was a sort of, not miscommunication. There was a communication cutoff, a communication blackout type thing that ended up happening between the two of them. Well, this is them reconnecting and going on a road trip and everything like that. But like I said, if you read the Mother Road, then you will understand everything and that's going on in the romantic pack, and you will feel emotionally connected to it and everything like that. I really loved it. I loved seeing the old characters from the Mother Road in this book, as well as learning about these two kids and going on this road trip with them, and it was so much fun. The next book that I finished was Beauty and the Bachelor, which is Bachelor Auctions #1 by Naima Simone. I place this in contemporary. I give it 4.25 stars. I give it 3.5 Steam fans. I read this as an audiobook. This is a Black author, and this possibly is a interracial relationship. I'm not exactly sure. Naima Simone does this thing where she gives descriptors, but they're not so over your head or like bashed over your head, like it was a black woman, it was a white guy, it was a, you know, that type of thing. It's just like it allows your brain to sort of come up with whatever character or person, like celebrity, like lookalike that you want. She gives like these descriptors, like, oh, she had red hair, or she had curves, she had caramel colored skin or mocha colored skin, or, you know, just descriptors that could be a lot of different people, so that you can place the attitude and the situation, I guess, however you want it. So in my mind, this ended up being a interracial relationship, because of the way that things were sort of laid out. And at one point, I think one of the parents said that they were black, but I'm not exactly sure. I can't remember. Because like I said, it wasn't beaten over the head. But I'm off topic on this. This story is a sort of fairy tale retelling of like the Beauty and the Beast, reimagined. And you have Lucas, who is involved in a bachelor auction. He is a wealthy socialite. Businessman. A wealthy businessman in Boston, and they do an auction for bachelors to raise money for illiteracy and for a program and stuff like that. And Sydney is she needs, what was it? Sydney blackmails. What? My notes are all over the place on this one. Fake marriage. Why was there a fake marriage? Revenge. I have revenge and fake marriage in this one. So, yeah. Wow, that's really telling. Or maybe it's not telling. I don't know. I kind of binged this entire series, which you guys will find out in just a couple minutes. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I did feel that the sort of breakup, put back together type thing happened really, really quickly at the end of the book, and I kind of wanted a little bit more. I did love... Oh, okay. So I didn't get them all mixed up. So Lucas has an issue with Sydney's father. Sydney's father is not necessarily the best of her people, and that's where the whole revenge thing comes in. There we go. Yay! Okay, now I remember. But that's all I'm going to tell you guys. It is a really, really good story, and it's very intriguing, and I really enjoyed it. The next book that I finished was Sweet Little Lies, which is a Dirty Little Lies #2 by J.D. Hollyfield. This is a dark romance. Give it 4.5 stars. Give it 5 Steam fans. I read this as an ARC. I believe you guys can either read it now or it's coming out soon. This is Hazel and Gabriel's story, and if you read Bad Daddy, which I reviewed last week, then you know why it is so steamy hot. It does deal with a daddy kink and BDSM and father's best friend. so many taboo things, and I loved it oh so much. Hazel's in college, and she has a thing for her father's best friend. He knows that she's off limits, but he can't help himself, and yes, so many yeses. Oh, so many yeses. The next book that I finished was The Millionaire Makeover, which is Bachelor Auction number 2 by Naima Simone. Place this one in contemporary. Give it 4.25 stars as well. Give it 3.5 Steam fans. And I listened to this as an audiobook. She's a Black author. This is a retelling of... I can't remember which one this is a retelling of. Oh, Princess and the Pea. No, not Princess and the Pea. This one is a retelling of... I don't know. I can't remember which fairy tale this is sort of loosely based off of. But we have Noelle and we have... No. We have Neil and we have Chloe. Neil is Chloe's brother's best friend. He ends up dying, and they're kind of fighting their attraction and everything like that. And I enjoyed it, the back and forth. Neil is from Ireland, and Chloe is sort of under her parents' thumb, and it's sort of a second chance love story because Chloe and Neil had something back in the day, and then they broke up, and then they didn't break up, they went their separate ways because it was like a one-night stand. And yeah, there's all that. So much goodness in this. Then I read Double Contact by Christy Pastore. Place this in contemporary. Give it 4.25 stars. Give it 3 Steam fans. Read it as an ebook, and this is a second chance love story, and it is also a extended version of Double Contact, which I read earlier this year by Christy, about Lark and Brenner. And Lark is a pro volleyball player that is sort of stuck in a rut with a baseball player, but Brenner is the baseball player's like teammate, so they can't oh wow, so they can't really interact. It's the whole like baseball bro code type thing going on, right? But they have breakfast together, and then when they come in contact with each other again later on down the road, they find out that they have an attraction. And this extended version gives us a little bit more past what the ending was in the initial story. I liked the extra that was provided by Christy, and I look forward to the spin-off stories that will come from this story. So if that makes sense, there's some characters that are getting their own book, and I'm looking forward to that. The next book that I finished was The Bachelor's Promise, which is Bachelor Auction number 3 by Naima Simone. Place this one in contemporary. Give it 4.25 stars. Give it 3 Steam fans. Listen to it as an audiobook. And this one is Aiden and Noelle's story. Aiden is a rags to riches story, and Noelle is the woman that sort of knew him back in the day. And then this one is The Princess and the Pea. And I have never read the original, or, the fairy tale Princess and the Pea, so I'm not exactly. Or Princess Frog. Something. I think it's Princess Frog. So, Aiden, his mother, Aiden's mother ends up dying of cancer, but she makes him promise to take care of Noelle because Aiden's mother was in a relationship with Noelle's father, even though Noelle's father ransacked and took advantage of the mother before she died. And Aiden has ill will towards Noelle and her whole family type thing, because her father was integral in not paying for things and was just a douche. And when Noelle comes back into Aiden's life, he's like, are you here to scam me? He's a con artist type thing. But Noelle has gone her own way, and you know, doesn't really want to ask Aiden for anything, but she does have to. So there's that. All of that. The next book that I finished was A Millionaire at Midnight, which is Bachelor Auction number 4, written by Naima Simone. Places Within Contemporary. Give it 4.25 stars. I give it 3 Steam fans. Listen to it as an audiobook. This is the final book in this series, and come to find out after talking to Naima that book number 1 and book number 3 are semi-connected, and book number 2 and book number 4 are semi-connected. They can all be read as standalones. You don't need to read any of the other ones to understand each one of the books, which is a good thing. But there are a couple characters that sort of overlap based on that, right? So give this one, I already said that. This one is about Morgan and Alexander. This one is a Cinderella sort of retelling. Morgan is jilted by her fiance, and Alexander is the bachelor that ends up, that ends up stepping in. And, well, they work for it. Morgan works for Alexander because Alexander is taking over the company that she works for, and she is the executive assistant. He tries to fire her initially, but then some things end up happening. She ends up blackmailing him. Well, not really blackmailing, or giving him a ultimatum that, you know, she is more than what she seems, and, they end up doing a fake fiancéing thing. Like with the other books in this series, I do think that the conflict comes too late in the book, and then the resolution is too quickly done. But overall, I really enjoyed this whole entire series, and look forward to reading more from Naima Simone. And the final book that I finished last week was Butterface, which is the Hannigans number 1 by Avery Flynn. Place this in rom-com loosely because it was sort of fun, but not really fun. I give it 2.5 stars. I give it 3 Steam fans because it was actually a little bit on the steamy side. Read this as an audiobook, and this follows Gina, who is, I'm not cute, Gina, because I have a big nose, Gina. Oh my goodness. And Ford, who is a cop, which, okay, that's great. But Gina's also part of a crime family, even though she does not actually have any dealings with the crime that goes along with it. Ford is part of the organized crime division that is investigating a larger ring, and, you know, they're trying to find out if the brothers are connected, things like that. The main issue I had with this story was that it was constantly talked about how supposedly ugly Gina is, how she got the name Butterface, and it just was too much. It wanted to come off as maybe slapstick or I'm not like the other girls type thing, but it just didn't work. It did not work. Did not work. And looking at some of the other reviews and things like that, a lot of people have some of the same feelings about it as well. I do think that this series has got better, obviously. I do still have to read the second book in this series. I've now read the first book and the third book. The third book I really enjoyed. So we'll see what the second book does. I do like Avery Flynn's writing, so, and her comedy, so I will continue to read her. Alrighty, what am I currently reading? I am currently reading The Relationship Pact by Adriana Locke, which is the third book in the Kings of Football series, and we find out about our third football player that is mentioned within the other 2 books. And any day now, I should have Dark, which is Dangerous Webs, number 2 by Aleatha Romig, drop onto my Kindle, so I will be reading that. I'll be ARC reading that. That doesn't release until January of 2020, or 2021. Woo! January 2021, but once it drops onto my Kindle, I will be reading that, and I'm so excited. So excited, because she left me on a cliffhanger, and I really want to know. even though it's going to leave me on another cliffhanger, and then I'm going to have to wait like another 2 months before I get the third book. But regardless, I'm super excited to find out how this next part of the story. I really am. And Lorna and Reed are amazing, so I can't wait to find out more about what happens. Other than that, I think that is all. Have you read any of the books that I just talked about in this video? Do I make any of them sound like, because I know it was all kind of discombobulated and stuff like that. I have so much going on with end of the year videos and preparation and things like that. Yeah. Are you a patron of my Patreon? Because this video will be moving there in 2 weeks, and it will be an exclusive Patreon patron video for them. You will still be getting Tuesdays and Thursday videos here on YouTube. However, the Sunday video and other content will be moved over to Patreon. I think that is all. Oh, if you're also a patron, my Bookish Academy Awards nominations will be coming out for the next days until the end of the year. You will get all 13 categories. So, you know, that's another motivation to become a patron at this point, I think. I think it's a really good reason to become a patron of mine, and just, you know, help support me. And, you know, this isn't easy. Being a booktuber is not easy. Preparation is not easy. That goes along with it. Some people may not see that and think that this is something that's super easy. You just get in front of a camera and, you know, do whatever. But it's not. It's not at all. But anyways, as always, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Also, there is a feedback form down in the description box, so you guys can help me improve my channel. My Ko-fi, my PayPal, my Patreon link, and all my other socials are down there because I am on all the other platforms as well. I do a lot of things over on Instagram. If you're looking for free options to get content of mine, lots of things go up on Instagram, in my stories, in my feed, all sorts of things. Always remember to like, subscribe, and follow. Like I said, everything's down there in the description box, as well as timestamps and everything like that. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you in the next video.